Big Caster. When hunting up in North Texas, I've returned to a tank where I've been 2 times previously to hunt beavers. I've spotted a beaver. I'm walking out across the dam, getting set up on my shooting sticks, checking with the GPS to make sure that I'm going to have a safe shooting direction. There are no houses downrange. Get my hearing protection on.
Brass catcher by Tactical Brass Recovery.
Getting everything squared away on my thermal scope that's mounted on my Lone Star Armory TX15 Multi Purpose Carbine Enhanced in 6.5 Grendel. And I'm going to be shooting some Hornady SST 123 grain bullets loaded by Druid Hill Armory and the Starline Brass. The video recorder comes up, and that's my beaver. I'd seen it swim across the tank, and it's munching on some reeds. The shot connects. I'm looking for the beaver. Looking for confirmation. There we have confirmation. Got a curly shuffle. The beaver's upside down, kicking its legs. It finally stills. So I look for other beaver. And so I've got a body in the water.
And that's a kill.
It doesn't always happen, but it's nice when you get visual confirmation of a beaver down in the water. So, stow my gear, make sure everything's safe. A little celebration. And this is important. Always scan your area before leaving your shooting spot or before leaving a property. You never know when an animal that you shot may get back up again, or if other animals have come into the area. I stayed for another hour and a half or so, but there were no other beavers that were active. Carpe sus. Moving on to the next property. Got a nice little sounder of hogs. And the opening shots are going to be with the Nosler Partition 100 grain bullets, and the rest are going to be with Hornady SST 123 grain bullets. And as I'm making my move to get a little bit closer, I hear the one thing that hunters don't want to hear. I hear the sound of a warning grunt, and then the sound of animals moving. I drop my sticks down on the ground, get the rifle up, and I'm able to shoot 2 hogs, but I didn't get any of that on video. And as I'm walking up to my first hog, the white light hits it, and it starts moving. So I finish it off with a second shot to the head, and I come away with 2 hogs down when I'd hoped for a lot more. They turned out to be a 120-pound sow that was not pregnant, and a 34-pound female shote. I went on to scan a few other properties and found a small sounder of hogs down in the hayfield. I'm on top of a hill right now looking down, and they're out there about 550 yards or so. And part of the reason why it's so hard to see them is that they have been in the water tank and most of them are wet. Now here I've moved up on the hogs. I'm in a great position. I've got cattle off to the left, so I don't want to be shooting to the left. And you can see the light areas of the hogs are wet, the dark areas are more dry. And they are going through voraciously feeding on something in the field. I don't know what they're eating, but they are having a field day eating it. So I'm going through trying to identify boars from sows, and I'm having trouble with this. Most of what I'm seeing are boars. And the biggest hog of the group is way over here to the left. And that's going to be a sow, but there are cattle behind her, so that's not a viable shot. However, these 2 hogs are going to line up right here. Wait for it. I dropped the first one, but the second one does not go down. Drop the next hog. I hit the 3rd hog with that shot. The follow-up shot. Miss with the 3rd. Connect with the 4th. And I'm going to connect with it again on the 5th shot. And my video file has been corrupted. I also drop a 4th hog out further in the distance. And on the video, all I have is this hog frozen in place as I'm about to shoot it again. So that does it for this video. The first hog down was a boar. coming in at 100 pounds and at 75 yards. The second hog dropped on the run was a 100-pound boar down at 120 yards. Number 3 that I shot multiple times was the 120-pound boar down at 145 yards. And the last was an 80-pound boar down at 235 yards. For those of you interested in seeing how the Nosler Partition bullets perform, take a look at Carpe Analysis, the Trauma Diaries number 50. We've got data on 2 of the hogs, and it's actually quite interesting. Carpe sus, my friends.